Well, hello, welcome back to Waiting While Waiting. I am your host, Jessica Johnson. Well, let's jump right on in. Well, I am going to be just a little transparent with you all, just to bring some encouragement to those who have been waiting for a significant amount of time, more than what you thought you would be waiting for. And so, several years we have been trying to conceive. And I remember when I went to a fertility clinic that was here in, well, that was in Maryland. And I had the exam whereby they test to see if your fallopian tubes are open. And if anybody has gone through that, you know that those brief minutes that they are checking your fallopian tubes can be excruciating. I know for me, okay, it was painful because they are clamping down on your cervix, and they basically put a dye through both of your fallopian tubes just to see if they are open. And oh, Lord have mercy, I don't want to go through that again. But anywho, they release, like I said, they release a dye just to basically see if your fallopian tubes are open or not. Well, the left fallopian tube was not, obviously was not open because no dye, they didn't see no dye come out of it, so they declared that it was blocked. The right fallopian tube had just a little bit, it had a small amount of dye that was released out of it. So, and then before my fallopian tubes were tested, I went to, they had me check my eggs to basically see if I had a good amount of eggs. And I remember the doctor telling me, informing me, she said that, Ms. Johnson, you don't have a lot of eggs. And at the time, I want to say I was in my mid 20s at that time. And she said, you're probably going to need an egg donor because it's not looking good. She pointed out this going wrong. She pointed out that is a issue, that was an issue, and I was just like, and I told the doctor, I said, doctor, all I need is just two eggs. That's all I need. I don't need any more. Just need two eggs. But she said an egg donor would probably be, which is that I don't have nothing against egg donors or sperm donors. But I remember going into the car and I broke down. I was just like, Lord, what is going on? And because I told me about my eggs, that I didn't have a lot of eggs, then I got the news in regards to my left fallopian tube being blocked, and then my right fallopian tube not, it wasn't as blocked. However, it wasn't fully opened all the way. So I was just discouraged. I was like, Lord. And I remember the Holy Spirit spoke to my spirit and said, Jessica, trust me. Trust me. So I'm just, wiping my eyes, wiping my tears. And I said, okay, Lord, I'm just going to trust you. I'm just going to trust you. Now, that was back in 2009. This is fast forward. We are here in 2026 now. So, and I'm still waiting. We're still waiting. And so I know some people may look at, and people may think like, okay, well, Jessica, it has not happened yet. Maybe it's not going to happen. And to those who say that, I get it. I mean, that's a natural human response because it's been all of these years now and they have told you this and told you that. And so maybe it's not going to happen for you. Well, my response to that is I'm still going to trust God. Now, it has not always been easy, but that is my response. I'm still going to trust God. I'm still, I'm not going to waver, even though I have not seen the manifestation. And I am reminded of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. And when they were told, they stood before the king, and the king gave them another chance. He said, okay, now I'm giving you another chance to bow down to this. You all just blatantly, y'all just disobeyed my decree. But Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, which it just really ministered to me, and they said that our God is still able. He's able to deliver us. He said because they was if if we don't bow down if to this statue, to this golden image, we were going to go to the fiery furnace. You know the story. Some of you all, I'm quite sure, know the story. That was the consequence. But they were willing to risk their lives. And they said, King, yes, our God is able to deliver us. He's able. But then this is what blessed me. He said, but even if he does not, we're still not going to serve your gods. We're still not going to bow down to the golden statue. Even if he does, I was like, my God, today. So my declaration is that I believe that God will. I believe that God will open up my womb. I believe that we will have children one day. However, even if he does not, we still trust God. We still, that does not change his ability. That does not change who God is. He's still able. And that is my declaration. I said, Lord, I'm going to continue to trust you because I know that you're God and there is nothing too hard for you. I'm not going to change my faith confession. And let me tell you just a little bit whereby, you remember when I told you back in 2009, my left fallopian tube was blocked. Let me tell you, 2026, and I'll share, go into depth in regards to leading up to that. But I just want to let you know that as of today, my left fallopian tube is not blocked. It's open. So come on, you can't tell me that God is not able. You got to trust him at his word. Okay? I'm standing here saying to you that God opened up my left fallopian tube. My left fallopian tube, okay? It was blocked. I'm telling you, for years it was blocked. But I stand here to tell you right now that it is open. So you can't tell me. I'm sorry. So I came to encourage that believer, whatever it is that you're waiting on, okay? Whatever it is you are waiting on, whether it be healing, whether it be that business, whether it be that marriage, whatever it is, I want you to know that God is still faithful, okay? He is still faithful and he is still able. And your waiting is not wasted, okay? Remember, so know that I love you. Continue to stay encouraged. Have his way.